Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Patty Smyth had another album in the 80s? Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm gonna listen to Patty Smyth's Never Enough from 1987 because I loved and adored the Warrior album that came out in 1984. I saw the video where Patty Smyth is there fighting the guy, crazy hair, ready to kick ass and take some names, and I thought, yeah, this is a sexy woman. This is somebody that I want to listen to. And I bought the album, and it's worth noting I didn't have a ton of cash back then, so for me to buy a record was historic. And I listened to the heck out of that song, or that album. I loved all the videos, not just the Warrior, but there were quite a few. And I just thought, oh man, like, you know, his hands tied. It was, there were several videos, and every single one, I just thought, I love this woman. Oh my God, I love this woman. And Scandal kind of, although they were doing really, really well, they disappeared. Now, I also moved to the UK in 1986, so I didn't really follow a lot of American bands when I was over in England, because England had a pretty good pop scene going on there. So I just assumed, like a lot of 80s bands, oh, they broke up, they went away, and that was all fine and good. Now, Patty Smyth released another album in the 90s, and I've got that one. And I didn't bring it up here because it's down in storage right next to my poster of Patty Smyth from back in the day. It is still down there. And I believe I've also got her autograph I mailed in back in the day, and it was an amazing experience to get her autograph. And that was kind of, for me, the resurgence of, oh, Patty Smyth is back after a decade of no music. YouTube, randomly, it pushes stuff that maybe thinks this guy's obviously from the 80s, here's some music from the time, whatever. They randomly pushed The Warrior to me, and I thought, oh, yeah, The Warrior with Scandal. I gotta totally watch that for old time's sake. And there she is, doing her stuff. And because I watched that, I got a few more recommendations of some concerts, the other music videos, a couple of interviews, and that was all fine. And there was one that blew me away. She was on David Letterman promoting this album, Never Enough. And it blew me away. It's like, wait a minute. There's a second album in between, like, The Warrior and the one from the 90s, and I didn't know anything about it. What kind of a fan am I? How can I hold my head high? So I thought, right, I'm gonna get the CD. And I did, and I'm gonna try and listen to it here on this compact disc player. Kids, you might have to go and talk to your grandparents about what a CD is and what a CD player is. We're kicking it old school here for this video. But I just thought, yeah, I got it for Christmas, and I just thought, I gotta listen to this because I have no experience of what happened between The Warrior and Patty Smyth's sort of solo album that she did in the 90s. I want to find out. Now, Never Enough, I was Googling it, I was checking online. Apparently, this was not supposed to be a solo outing. According to information, it was supposed to be the next Scandal album. Let's see here. It was never meant to be a record by Scandal, it was meant to be a record by Scandal featuring Patty Smyth, but the band had kind of broken up. Now, Patty Smyth mentions in these searches she was still hanging around with Keith Mack, the main guitar guy, and it's hilarious for me reading that fact, because as part of this whole YouTube, here's some recommendations, some other album stuff that Patty Smyth has done. I've seen recent stuff of Patty Smyth from today where she's out there on a pier and the guy playing the guitar beside her is Keith Mack. And I had a performance of Scandal from 1984 on VHS when they were on solid gold, and she's there with like this gnarly looking big, waistcoat, kind of trench coaty thing. Hair's all, doing its great 80s stuff. And she's sitting there, and she's kind of toying it up and playing around with Keith Mack on the guitar. And I always thought, God, I wonder whatever happened to those. And lo and behold, they're still doing it today. So I just thought, oh my God, that's incredible. So they did this album. They did this Never Enough. and I'm gonna plop it in here and listen to it. Now, of course, this is YouTube. How am I gonna listen to licensed music without copyright problems? This is a first for me. I'm gonna try and experiment. What I intend to do is I'm gonna put on some headphones and I'm going to listen to the songs and I'm going to react to them. And I might just try a little, like, if I play 10 seconds or 5 seconds of the intro to the track, maybe that'll be okay for me to do that, and you can kind of imagine what the rest of the song is like from my reaction to it, I hope. I don't know. Yes. A CD going into a CD player. Kids, learn your history. This is how we used to listen to music. And have a listen to each track as it plays. This is an exciting moment for me. I don't know how this is going to work out for you and being able to listen to this, but I can't wait to hear new Patty Smyth for me from 1987. Good. First album, or first song, Never Enough, the track album. Yeah, this sounds exactly like Scandal. Her voice is doing all of the dancing around that it would always do in other songs. Oh, a little bit of keyboard. Now, Scandal had some keyboard. But this is... yeah, it's got like the drum beat, it's got the guitar going. It's a good song. I like it. And next we have a Downtown Train, which is a well-known song. Been around for a while. This one's a little bit of a cheat for me. I have actually seen the music video for this. It was presented to me because I had watched some other stuff. So YouTube were like, oh, you want to watch Downtown Train, her video for that? So yes, I do. And it's a Downtown Train. I kind of like the Rod Stewart version more. This has got, the good range. It's the rest of the instrumentation it could do with a little bit more meat to it, but she's doing great. Yeah. Okay, that's that one. Number 3 is Give It Time.
Just let it go, yeah. Knew you'd be home. Know that it's late. There's something that you wanna know.
Oh, it's got a nice little orchestral bit there. Or all the voices, choir-like. Yeah. It's got a little bit of like when she was doing Hands Tied and the band were backing her up. Yeah. Very poppy. Less rock, more poppy. I like the chorus in this one. Give it time. It's got a good bunch of vocals there. I like the chorus is very good in that one. Takes a moment to grow on you, but you get there. As a number 4, Call to Heaven. Apparently this is another cover song. I don't recognize the name of it. Okay, this one's kind of interesting. She's being very soulful. She's going for like a very like power ballad, bluegrassy type thing. She's being very, very deep, but the music around it is kind of a little light. I think it needs a bit more gravity. Okay though. Yeah, there's some keyboard bits in there I don't know that I would have done myself, but yeah, it's okay. It's good. This is number 5, The River Cried. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Starting off in India with a neat kind of, okay, yeah. See what this one does. Okay, this one takes some weird directions. So you've got that very cool sitar opening, and then she kind of warbles in, and you're thinking, okay, this is going to be something kind of mysterious and twisty and witchy, but it very quickly turns into a decent pop song. Yeah. Okay, we get a little bit of the drums still. Okay, it's an interesting twist, not one I would have expected. This is number 6, Isn't It Enough, on the album Never Enough. That's confusing. And we already have Never Enough as the beginning song, so to have another one called Isn't It Enough is a bit of a departure. But this is a very good rocky start on this one. Signature Patty Smyth intro lyrical bit. Okay, so this one's interesting. It starts very rocky, converts into a pop song, but wow, can you hear the styling of Scandal in there. It's got a good chorus, yeah, and the way Patty Smyth, her signature is all over the way she's presenting this song. So yeah, that's a good one. That's very good. Isn't It Enough? I like it. This is track 7, Sue Lee. Who is Sue Lee? What's the story behind this one? Why are we singing a song about it? This sounds familiar. Is this another cover song? I know in my looking up this album, there's 3 covers on here. I know Downtown Train's obviously the most well-known one. This one sounds familiar. I think I've heard this song before. Or if not, familiar. It starts off kind of extreme. Sue Lee has a razor blade. You think, oh, are we going into some dark territory? But no, it's fine. Now she's got a motorbike. But yeah, that one will roll along nicely. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, that's a good one. I like Sue Lee. This is number 8, Tough Love. Yeah! Come on, Patty. Let's hear some Tough Love. This one's kind of interesting. So we're number 8 out of 9 tracks. You know, this would be kind of, and certainly this song, the music itself is kind of pedestrian. All right, this is not filler, but like we're getting toward the end of the album and it's fine. But she's belting it out. Like she's putting 120% into this. So good on her for like making every song alive. I wouldn't say this song is that memorable as far as like how the tempo and stuff goes, but yeah, she's given it her all. So that speaks volumes to me. And then that brings us to the last one, The Heartache Heard Round the World, track number 9. Okay. And good guitar on there. Ooh, okay. Yep, that is Patty Smyth doing a kind of, I'm bringing you into the song, and it's like a lot of Scandal stuff. I think I've heard this one before. They might have done a video for this one. That one's quite a nice one. That intro, I'll bet you that's Keith Mack doing his thing on the guitar, and that's very, very good. And there's The Heartache Heard Around the World, the last track. Nice drums on that. That's a bit of guitar by Keith Mack. Wow, what a cool experience. I've actually heard the other album from Patty Smyth from the 80s. That's a captured moment. That's very, very cool. So yeah, I did, as I said, I did a little bit of research on this. This album includes 3 covers: Downtown Train, which we mentioned, Call to Heaven, that was track number 4. Yeah, I think that one sounded familiar. And definitely Isn't It Enough from Danny Wilde's 1986 release, The Boyfriend. Isn't It Enough? Yeah, I knew I'd heard that before. That was definitely it reminded me. It's like, I know I've heard this somewhere before. Apparently the LP peaked at number 66 in the US and spawned 3 singles. And we got Downtown Train, Isn't It Enough? Album was produced by Will Whitman and Rick Chertoff. Chertoff was one of the people on the production team of Cyndi Lauper's She's So Unusual. So there you go. Yeah, funny, apparently one reviewer, J.D. Considine, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, wrote simply, "In case you ever wondered what Eddie Money would have been like as a girl." I think that's a compliment, Patty. I hope so. So yeah, that was very, very cool. I've actually heard something new from Scandal / Patty Smyth's solo career, if you will. And it's been decades since I've done that. So, because I did get that album in the 90s, and I thought, okay, that's it. We're not going to hear anything more from Patty Smyth. But I have, by doing a little bit of time travel, thanks to that David Letterman clip, I discovered, oh my God, she had another album, and now I've heard it for the first time in the middle of the 2020s. How about that? Yeah. Patty Smyth's been around for a long time. She was married to John McEnroe. I believe they're still married together. If not, they certainly still are seen a lot together and have had a very happy life. And ironically, I don't know if you've been noticing, but way off in the corner here, one of my wife's books, Carrie Fisher, Wishful Drinking. Carrie Fisher and Patty Smyth were actually friends. That's maybe why I have some sort of affinity for Patty Smyth. She riffs on that Carrie Fisher vibe very, very well. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. I'm going to try my best to mess with this. If you hear other songs underneath the 10-second, 5-second intro, it was because I wanted to put some kind of filler in there that is close to what I've been listening to. But yeah, we'll just see how this goes. My sister did a video recently about an album from Lily Allen, and I thought, there's a challenge. Can I do an album-related video? Can I do something with music in it? And if I'm gonna, it's gonna be for Patty Smyth. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. So until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.